and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man that just bought some new cans of spray paint. It's Niall Moore.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm good, man. You doing some touch-ups?
Just here and there, where the skin's peeling off.
How old are you now?
Oh, I must be over 100 at this stage. I can
Wow.
definitely see the white hairs. I need to invest in some hair dye as well.
Did you give everything you had to become immortal?
I don't know.
Yeah, so long
Did
ago.
I? Yeah, it was a while. Though the thing is, if Isabella Rossellini came and offered me that, would I say no?
Yeah, it's a good. She's a good salesman.
Yeah,
for sure.
She does a good job.
And then her like professional wrestler bodyguards.
Yeah, with this magnificent mane of like 80s action villain hair.
Oh man, they could have gone right into Die Hard.
Oh yeah.
They probably got Bruce Willis probably got the cast of Die Hard to come into this film.
It's just like, yeah, hey guys, right, I'm doing this movie. Come, stand around and be shirtless and have long hair. Do it.
Easy payday. I just want to say, the first episode, the first episode we did together was Back to the Future, Zemeckis picture. Recently,
Yeah.
I covered Used Cars, Zemeckis film. I just talked about Trespass, which was written by Zemeckis. And now I'm back on another Zemeckis film with the 1992 Death Becomes Her. So you've led to a Zemeckis assance here at MFF.
Well, he's got a great back catalog. There's so much to his work to look at, and like I enjoy. As I said on the previous podcast, the Back to the Future one, I really like a lot of his movies. They're just like really good.
Mm-hmm. And he loves pushing technology to its brink, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the animation and live action, and then Back to the Future. I don't know too much, but I mean, just the theme of it was wonderful. Forrest Gump with those digital effects, geez Louise. And then his, Polar Express, Beowulf. He loved The Walk. I never watched that. Did you see The Walk?
He loves. I didn't, but yeah, he loves to push the boundaries of what's possible. I saw like one of the, I was doing a troll around YouTube for like making of featurettes, etc., with like interviews with some of the crew, and one of the VFX guys were saying, it's like, yeah, the great thing about working with Robert is he will always ask you to do something that's probably impossible, and then you have to figure out how to do it.
And I read that same one too. The guy just said it was the visual effects coordinator or visual effects. I have his name right here. Actually, I just went to another review. Let's see, Ken Ralston. And he's like, this is impossible. But then once we make the possible, that goes on our name and our reel. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that interview, it was pretty interesting what they said to him. They're like, how do you feel about making such iconic visual effects? He's like, well, I can't, because after this was Jurassic Park, and then I got to move on to other things, and there's Phantom Menace. So that's such an awesome thing to say. Like, you helped pioneer skin tone and VFX, and you won an Academy Award for this film. How's it feel? That was good. I just had to go into another job right after it. It's kind of, I love it. It's like one of those athletes, like Jordan. How do you feel about your third championship? He's like, which one was that?
Well,
yeah.
Was that the one before my fourth?
Yeah,
I don't really remember.
That's one of the best say right there, for sure.
Yeah, it's this was the first one to have like proper like human skin in CG, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's what? I mean, it looks good for 92.
It looks very good for 92. And you can see a lot from like the way they filmed it. It's these techniques which are common practice now, where you see the Marvel films where it's green screens and everything like to the nth degree. Like these guys were trailblazing. And
Absolutely.
Meryl Streep was wearing like a blue like snuggie over her face, cover her head, and then having to like walk backwards to get that like really weird gait. It was like a funny story as part of the thing. Her mother came on set the day they were filming that. You're like a high-paid movie star. Why the hell are they covering your head?
Oh, and she hated it. Meryl Streep said, I will never do another visual effects movie again. Just through the stuff. Because, like you said, they had to put a blue bag over her head, have her walk backwards. And then they put an entire blue suit over her with just her head out and had her talking. Yeah. And then they shot a clean plate and they blended all those together with the lighting and like that's, I mean, it's a lot of work on the front end too to make sure everything matches. And then to get to the blue screens and shoot it. Yeah, she was definitely annoyed by that. I haven't heard Goldie complain though, but Goldie just had that hole in her stomach. And that was an animatronic or like a puppet that they made, and they just dumped water through the top of it and it spilled through her middle, that hole. Oh, it's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like one of the, my wife really, really wants to do Death Becomes Her as a Halloween costume. So we want to get like a group effort. Like one will go as kind of Meryl with like the twisted neck. Want to do like the the Goldie thing with like get an iPad and like shoot through the basically hook it up to a camera so it actually looks like you got a hole in the stomach. And then I guess I get to be the boring one and just be like Bruce Willis and the kind of the normal dude carry around a couple of cans of spray paint.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, like you could be not Tuxedo Willis, but you could be Haggard Willis carry a dartboard around.
Oh yeah.
You know what I loved most about him is when he went to move out of that mansion. When Dr. Ernest Menville was trying to escape from Madeline Ashton, he grabs a dartboard. And from our history of playing darts, I was like, that's the perfect choice, Bruce Willis. Good job on that. That made me very happy. That is one thing he wanted to move with was a dartboard.
Well, that's the thing. It's probably the one thing that was actually his in the house. Everything else was kind of just like bought because Madeline wanted it, and it's this, and it's like, that thing's mine. I'm taking it. Like I can see doing that in a huff. You grab like the one thing that you feel like taking. Don't know what mine would be. Is there anything that springs to mind, like where you're sat right now and looking around the room? Is there anything you just would be the one thing you'd grab?
All right, so aside from computers.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from computers, oh geez Louise. Let's see. I'd probably, if I could only grab one thing, I would just get one of my Wes Anderson prints from Tim Doyle that's framed on my wall. I'll just grab one of them. Grab that.
Nice.
I don't know which one. I would take my Darjeeling Limited. That's what I would take. If I had to run out of here with one item, I would grab that.
Nice.
Yeah. I think I'll do that. I think that's it right there. And then I would immediately regret it and think about 18 other things.
It's like, no, I should have taken that thing.
Should have taken my dartboard.
Do you have a dartboard?
No, I don't. I should have bought a dartboard to take. Jeez Louise. But that made me so happy. he just stole it. And I have a question for you. So this movie, I know it's a big cult classic right now. People really adore this film, and I know critics tore it apart. They said how empty it was and how shallow it was. But that was the point. Like Meryl Streep said that this is a documentary about the culture of like augmenting your body. She said this was a documentary of Hollywood in the 70s. Which made me really laugh. But I think there's enough cheeky dialogue in this movie, and it's such a heightened atmosphere the entire time. Like that must have been exhausting to keep up on set. I mean, Meryl and Goldie and Bruce, they put some work in for this film.
Oh yeah, you can't really fault them. Like there was, this was before Bruce Willis kind of got a little bit tired of acting and was just doing it for the paychecks. It was, I guess pre-Pulp Fiction, but post Die Hard, he was one of the biggest stars in the world at that time.
Yeah, and imagine being on this set, right? You have gigantic sets, you shoot at some really cool locations, but you got Zemeckis who is just making blockbusters. You have Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, and Bruce Willis. Like this had a big budget back then. This was a big picture, and it's such a dark, like cynical. The two leads end just this like all like melted and everything's falling off and then they fall apart at the end. And that's the movie. This was a $50 million cynical movie. It kind of reminds me of Zemeckis' stuff when he was working on Tales from the Crypt. This is a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Maybe it had its start there. You never know. It might have been something he kind of thought of. Wasn't able to do it because of the technical constraints. And when technology finally caught up, he kind of had, remember that idea I had about doing this? I think I could do that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tell you, so, what's interesting too, like ILM had done The Abyss and T2, but they had done just the metallic stuff. So, I mean, that was incredible. I mean, you and I don't know how old you were, but I remember watching T2 for the first time and seeing that liquid metal, just the T1000 reforming and how amazing that was. Like, that blew my mind. I wish I would have, I don't know what I would have thought about this when I was 11. Watching this movie, 10. This movie came out when I was 10. That'd have been an interesting watch.
I remember it coming out because for whatever reason, it was the trailer for it was on like all of the videos I was renting at the time. It was like we'd rent a movie and it was like, this new comedy, Death Becomes Her, like Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep and Bruce Willis. And, I just remember seeing the trailers and seeing they spoiled like some of the gruesome effects, and you'd see just like, Goldie with a hole in her, for example, in the trailer. Mm-hmm. And just thinking, it's like, wow, that's really cool. How did they do that?
No, you're right. This was legit groundbreaking visual Oscar-winning stuff back then. I think it's so easy to forget about that. But no, you're right. I always saw the poster with her head backwards and then the hole through her. I thought, man, I gotta watch this movie sometime. But I'm kind of happy I didn't see it when I was 10. That'd have been interesting to process. Because I think everything would have gone over my head. Maybe I would have liked it because it is very loud and out there and, everything's just so heightened. But no, I waited
until... It is
quite
silly.
Yeah.
It's got definite silliness to it. And the thing is, even though it's a little bit over the top, it's not gruesome.
No.
It is more like cartoonized violence, like the head twisting around or, just the big hole in the stomach. Like, it's not gory. It's like something you would see in, a kid's cartoon. It's like, okay, boom, oh, the baddie has a hole in their stomach, and then he's going to like fall over and his ghost is going to go up holding, with his angel wings or whatever. It's not like something like the Saw movies, where it's ultra violent and there's blood and guts everywhere, and it's kind of.
Mm-hmm. I mean, once that hole gets shot in her, and there's no blood, it's just water.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I guess, is that because she had already been turned into an immortal? So then your body... Okay, I have a question. Why is Elvis still looking great? Why is James Dean, Andy Warhol, Marilyn Monroe, all these people who are in this party, why do they still look excellent when they've been knocking around for a lot longer than...
Because they're
Madeline...
not dead.
What's up?
Because they're not dead.
They're not dead?
Well, basically, Madeline has, she's died, right? She's had her neck broken.
Mm-hmm.
Helen has had a hole blown through her. They are now just reanimated corpses. Perhaps that's how it works. It just keeps you exactly as you are, unless you die, and then it'll even keep you alive when you're dead.
Oh,
as this kind of reanimated kind of corpse thing.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. No, that's got to be it. And then they're just slowly falling apart.
Yeah, they're falling apart because there are just these shambling corpses who are, kept alive. Whereas, Elvis, Marilyn, etc., they've kept themselves to themselves, kept reasonably healthy. They haven't, gone into a murderous rage and killed each other. So.
Wow. So they found eternal life, and then they basically wreck it for each other because they just never communicated and they held grudges against each other.
Yeah, that kind of says a lot about the characters themselves. They're not nice people.
No.
They are really, really, really horrible people. You do not root for them at all. I don't even know if I'm rooting for Bruce Willis, to be honest. He's a bit of a kind of nothing guy who's got himself stuck in these relationships with women who obviously just mistreat him.
Yeah, he does not have a good relationship with Meryl Streep. And then when he's with Goldie, I guess, I know her name is Helen, but I just like Goldie. When he's with Goldie, she brings him to meet Madeline as a test. And then she kind of is walking on him. So yeah, he's just sort of a doorstep guy who's just become completely miserable, drinking Bloody Marys in the morning and making people who have died look better.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Madeline is just a complete narcissist. It's like she only took which way around was it? I can't remember. Was he with Helen first or was he with
Yeah, he was with Helen.
First?
So he showed up to the play that everyone's walking out of and a guy goes, "I need a drink." So Madeline Ashton's so bad in this play that some guy walks out saying he needs a drink and Helen brings him into it and he's the only one clapping. And then they meet. And then Madeline learns he's a plastic surgeon or a doctor, and she goes and steals him away. And that's when Goldie becomes the cat lady.
An undertaker.
Yeah, it turns him into a really good undertaker. But then Helen becomes a overweight cat lady in full Rick Baker-esque makeup.
Yeah, that's right.
That's this is a weird. So okay, this is a weird movie. But I love it. It's such a non-typical Hollywood blockbuster. It's not. It is in no way what I think people were. Do you think that's why critics maybe didn't like it? And it made money, right? It made good money, but that's because the three of these people were in it. It was not. I don't think this movie was anything what people expected.
It kind of comes back to something that we've spoken about previously on like a couple of other episodes. It's like potentially it's too close to home for Hollywood.
Yeah.
it holds up the mirror to what goes on, and it hits a little bit close to the mark for some people. It's like, oh, Hollywood's not vapid and empty like this movie portrays it as. No, not at all.
Yeah, that's a great point. And this movie fires shots. It really does.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I like that Meryl Streep said it was kind of like a documentary. And I also think it's shot really well. And it makes me happy that Dean Cundey did it. The guy who shot Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Jurassic Park, Apollo 13, and then he was on Halloween. And then he was the second unit director on Deep Rising, which makes me really happy. But this movie had Dean Cundey, Zemeckis, Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, Bruce Willis, the production designer by Rick Carter, like another Oscar winner who had done Jurassic Park. This guy did Force Awakens. He did Avatar and Lincoln. This is a wild crew working on this kind of this, it feels like an R-rated movie almost, but it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very, but we said this previously about Zemeckis, like he tends to work with very, very good people.
Mm-hmm.
When we looked at Back to the Future, we went through the crew there and it was like, oh, well, this guy did this as well. So it's not surprising that he had these great people working with him. People obviously like to work with him.
It's a challenge, isn't it? It's like, I'm not going to sleep for a few months, but we have the potential of creating something iconic. I guess that's what you want to do, right? You're going to work hard anyway on a film set. You might as well work super hard and create something and win an Oscar or make Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
And make bank. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall watching Meryl Streep hate every second of being in this visual effects stuff. She was not a fan of this. I don't know. I guess we haven't even talked about, what were you going to say?
No, I was just wondering if she's mellowed on it, in retrospect, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, because she did make those comments right after filming. She's probably forgotten about it. I mean, this is close to, 30 years ago? Yeah.
30 years ago? What year is it now? Yeah, 30 years ago.
Almost. So yeah, she's forgotten about it. She went on to River Wild and had to learn how to row. And then she was Iron Lady. I bet she doesn't remember making this movie. That was so long ago.
Yeah.
But geez whiz. But I gotta tell you, I love her performance in this because she's always on. This is an always on performance. And I think that's a lot harder than people realize. It's just such, she's headlining a show playing a absolutely unlikable person, but I still kind of like her. I don't know. There's something about her that I'm a fan of. She's just very unabashedly who she is. And I guess that's what I like about her.
Well, she's got, even though she hasn't done that many comedic roles, she has got great comic timing.
Oh, yeah.
And when she comes through with the acerbic wit, the little one-liners, here and there, it's just perfectly delivered. And you're just that's great, even though she's a horrible person.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. If you have to put together a burn crew, you would definitely want Meryl Streep there.
Oh, yeah.
Because she could just obliterate you. Well, who else would be good in the burn crew? John Malkovich?
John Malkovich, she's pretty good.
I would not want to get insulted by John Malkovich. I think he would just look you up and down and just say, just walk away. Tom Hanks, too, because that would be so surprising.
Well, yeah, if you've done something to annoy Tom Hanks, you must be, a horrible person.
Wait, you made Tom Hanks mad? Actually? Legitimately mad? I think we got a good crew here. But yeah, her comments, and I love when Goldie comes onto the scene. The way that she just plays both. Okay, did she want Bruce Willis back? Because she's playing both of them. I think she wants to have him kill Meryl Streep and then blame the murder on him.
Yeah, I think that's her endgame. She's just playing him to get him to, do the murder and then get arrested. Your wife goes missing. Who's going to be the prime suspect there, I wonder?
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, she's totally going to burn him. Oh, hey, are you going to take Louis Vuitton luggage with you when you cosplay for this?
I've got a Louis Vuitton passport holder. Does that count?
Yeah, sure. You should do that. Did you notice the luggage in this movie?
No.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton.
I'm surprised my wife didn't. Yeah, she's always good to spot those sorts of things.
Yeah, when he is packing up towards the end, when they're trying to make him drink that gigantic glass of whiskey, I'm sorry. If anybody brings me a glass of whiskey that big, I'm not drinking it. There's something weird going on there. But yeah, he's packing up a Louis Vuitton bag.
I don't know. I'm quite fond of a large nip myself, but
A large nit?
a large nip of whiskey.
Oh, that big? You would take that?
Well, I don't know if I'd take it from them, given,
Yeah. They think he's a dummy, don't they?
yeah.
That'd be miserable. I love it when he's about to fall to his death, and they're just yelling at him to drink the potion so he can do nothing but take care of them for the rest of their lives. It makes that fall seem not not too bad, I think.
Well, I think it's a choice, right? You're like, either choose to be with them or you can just choose to accept death, which is what he ended up doing.
Man, they gotta feel bad about that. Now, another thing. When they drink this tonic, this magic potion, they're supposed to fake their death or disappear. Like,
Yeah.
okay, how do you get your money? How do you get a house? Does she, as part of the package, does she give you a passport? Because I don't think she sets them up with anything.
I'm sure there are logistics that haven't really been thought through in the script.
Yeah.
I assume there are a complicated network of shell companies and offshore accounts, etc., where money can be funneled.
As part of the Immortal Inc.
Well, I would say you don't actually see what happens. Like when someone makes a deal, it might be different for everyone. For example, when Elvis did it, he might have had to sign over 50% of his royalties to her.
Yeah.
In order for it to be funneled back to him later. For example, you could set up this kind of company that would own, the rights, and then you would just be taking your paycheck that way.
I want to see a movie about an investigator trying to hunt down Rossellini and her operation in this by finding shell accounts in Switzerland. Just make it
Who would you have play that though? Who could be the investigator?
Oh gosh. Okay, so you're hunting down this line of immortals. So one year you saw James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, and Elvis going to a place, which seems quite risky to have them go there every spring. But I guess they got to get out of their houses. But Elvis is always going out and causing a stir. So you need to have, so an investigative reporter, but it also needs to be, is it still the heightened atmosphere of this, or is this more like a grounded David Fincher movie?
Oh, I don't know. I'd say maybe if you're setting it in the same universe, we got to go for, a similar atmosphere. So a bit more heightened, a bit more on edge.
Okay, so someone who can play heightened. I mean, Anne Hathaway is good at being cheeky.
She is.
She could really sell that.
The one that's coming to mind for me, actually, when I was describing it is, you just take Christian Slater's character from Interview with the Vampire.
Yes! Do that! Because he's already investigating paranormal activities.
Yeah.
All right, sold. I like that. That's a good one. Slater. And he can be cheeky. I mean, he was in, True Romance. And Hard Rain, he's super cheeky in, too. Like, he gets it. Man, taxes become her. Death and taxes. Oh, there it is. We got there. Death and Taxes. Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Just hunting down Rossellini and her multiple accounts.
Massive network of supposedly dead celebrities who are not so dead. This
is a legit conspiracy crew, though. This is almost Illuminati.
Yeah.
Because there has to be secret beaches or islands. Because Marilyn Monroe, I mean, I guess you could get a job as a lookalike.
Yeah.
I would suppose. But I don't know if you'd want to live eternity being a lookalike to Marilyn Monroe.
Well, I guess you can dye your hair. You can not wear makeup. It's amazing how easy it is to dress down, especially if you're out of the public eye for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially when people think you're dead.
Yeah. You would just get a lot of, you know who you look like?
And you're like, oh, yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah. Let me guess. And then you say the complete wrong thing and make people laugh, and then you walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so how about this? Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will talk more. Death becomes her. We will be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I love that at the end, when Rossellini puts the drop of potion on Bruce Willis's hand to get them steady again, that he's able to throw the knife into the light switch. So I think that's what the dartboard signified earlier. He was trying to throw scalpels at the dartboard with a steady hand, but he didn't have it anymore, so he kept missing. So that's a nice Chekhov's dartboard / knife throwing gag in this film.
Yeah, I didn't notice that at all. It's not. It makes perfect sense, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's good script writing right there. I mean, David Koepp wrote this. I don't know, like if you know much about Koepp.
No, I haven't. I don't know of anything he's written.
Yeah, he wrote Jurassic Park. He wrote Secret Window. He's been on, let's see, I mean, Jurassic Park 3, which everyone loves. Stir Up Echoes.
That one wasn't so good.
He wrote Spider-Man, Mission Impossible. Let's see. He wrote The Mummy 2017. He directed Premium Rush with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He wrote Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, Zathura. He did Panic Room.
There are a few not so high lights on his resume.
Toy Soldiers. He did Dark Angel, a Dolph Lundgren movie, so I'm a big fan of that. Toy Soldiers, Carlito's Way, The Shadow. These have been writing for a long time, and he said when he first wrote this film, he and Martin Donovan, that it was much smaller, just a tiny movie about vapid people finding a potion and trying to survive in their LA home. But then Zemeckis got a hold of it, and then that's what this movie became. So he did get credit as a scriptwriter. It's just it blew up times 1,000 once Zemeckis joined it. That'd be kind of interesting, right? You write this intimate script, and then it becomes a blockbuster film, and into that. But yeah, that's one of his first movies after Toy Soldiers. This is one thing that got him a ton of recognition right here, David Koepp, was this screenplay for Death Becomes Her, which I kind of like.
I don't know, it definitely wouldn't have been the same movie without Zemeckis' involvement. But I don't know if it would have even been interesting as, a smaller piece with people just trying to survive in their little boring lives.
Mm-hmm. This is much.
I think it needed the loudness and the over the top setting and the full on craziness and zaniness that was brought into it.
I think what initially turned people off of this movie is what made it a cult classic. You just have, it has so much personality to it. I love watching Meryl Streep say, I'm looking at my ass. And, just the scene in the hospital where the doctor's breaking her hand and she goes and grabs a larger stuff. Oh, what's up?
That doesn't hurt at all? No? It's
yeah. This keeps cracking it and then grabs a larger stethoscope and then he dies and then she passes out and you're like, where is she? She's in the morgue. And you're like, she's going to be so pissed. I love that line.
Yeah.
And I also love the production design in this movie. When they go to the hospital, it's really pastel. And when she goes, for meetings later on, there's this really interesting, outside in LA, there's just a lot of pastel. There's a lot of bright colors in this. And then I like when they retreat to their mansion, how depressing it is. It's kind of cool how they've acquired all this wealth, but both of their rooms just incredibly junky. It's a gigantic house, but it almost feels claustrophobic. There's nothing happy about it. But then you go out into the real world, LA, I don't know if that's the real world, but it's just a lot more brightly lit and pastel. I think it creates a neat contrast between
the house is just really, it's like something out of the Addams Family or like a Tim Burton movie almost. It's very dark and gothic almost.
Mm-hmm. And so how did they afford that? So she was a mid-tier actress, correct? And he actually was a really good doctor until he lost his hand. So does he get paid really well to be a mortician?
I wouldn't think so, but you never know. If you're a mortician to rich people, I guess, maybe.
I guess you can keep things quiet. So he had to go when that guy was in the jacuzzi and died. And then he makes him look pretty. And I like when he told the woman about how he makes corpses look better. She's just mortified and walks away with how he does it. So he's still an artist. It's just a weird art, I think.
Yeah, I think he still takes pride in being good at what he does, but it's not quite what he used to do.
How bummed were you that it wasn't Kurt Russell as Elvis?
That would have been funny.
Oh, man. Because, he was in Elvis, and then he dressed up as Elvis in 3,000 Miles to Graceland, and when he was a kid, he was with Elvis. And I think he danced to Elvis. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Yeah, it would have been really cool. And it might have just been a scheduling thing, because he was married to Goldie by then, wasn't he?
Yeah, they were together, and man, I have a post, Kurt Russell's long history with Elvis. I could have had a whole nother chapter right there to that post, but I saw it and I paused it and I was like, please be Kurt Russell, but it's not. But I guess we should move into the I mean, what made this movie famous, and I guess what we can kick off was Goldie comes back. She looks beautiful. She, I guess, lost all the weight. She's very confident. She has a hit book. And she goes over to the house one day and sees Bruce Willis, and she convinces him that they need to drug her, make her pass out, put some alcohol in her, drop her off a cliff. But I love that montage in which she plans on killing Meryl Streep because it felt very Edgar Wright to me. The quick cuts, the fun montage.
Oh, like the scene in Shaun of the Dead where he's going through. It's like, okay, we'll do this, get Mum, kill Philip, and then top it all off with a nice pint.
Exactly. It wasn't quite like that, but it still had the vibe. And I loved her storytelling during that. It's just a fun scene. And yeah, I dig it. And that's not a bad plan. It's just Bruce Willis is an idiot.
Yeah. But it's quite, it shows his kind of mental state and how quickly he was willing to go along with it as well. He was like, someone comes to your house and is like, would you like to murder your wife? Oh, yeah, I wasn't planning on doing anything else today. Why not?
He does go along with it. But she gets him going quick.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a second thought. It's just like, oh, straight to murder? Sure, yeah.
He's such a weak man. And then I love when he gets back with Meryl Streep, where he lets her fall down actually, he's the one who kicks it all off by letting her fall down the stairs. But then I love how eventually he does that, then Meryl Streep talks him into not doing it. So then he's part of a plan, then he messes it up, and then he gets on Meryl Streep's side. He's just such a wishy-washy guy, but I kind of love how they're playing him like that. And I love that these two women eventually apologize to each other. But I guess that's not before I don't know. I guess the whole catalyst is her falling down the stairs. And then that turns her into the undead. She's essentially a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, she's basically, she becomes a zombie at that point. So that's when she starts needing touch-ups.
Oh, gosh. Why did I miss that, Niall? Why did I never consider that?
I don't know. It wasn't explicitly said anywhere. It's just kind of a theory that I kind of came to, while watching it, I guess. It's like, why are all the other people young and beautiful, and why do these two require spray paint and, a mortician services? And
I love that eventually, like, Goldie comes over, Meryl Streep comes back, shoots the gigantic hole in Goldie's... Wait, she shot the hole in Goldie's stomach, but there's no blood.
Yeah.
So maybe the potion does do something weird.
There was blood in the fountain, I thought.
Oh, there was? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe there was.
Yeah. When she got shot into the fountain. I guess the fountain then washed it all away.
They were going to do pieces of spine and cartilage with the shot, but then they decided to.
That would have been a little bit much.
Yeah.
It definitely would have gone to R-rated territory there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's more fun seeing the empty, circle shot right through her. The empty hole that was done. And
how is she even standing up when she doesn't have a spine? That's an interesting...
Huh.
She's lost all lumbar support at this stage.
It's got to be that potion then, huh?
Yeah. She mustn't be skipping her, her side planks.
I never thought about that.
Keep those lateral abs working hard.
It's a good movie. I guess that's when magic is involved. But it's a good movie when I never considered, her spine's gone. How is she standing? That thought never crossed my mind. So I guess it does.
Well, it's only crossed my mind right now this second when we're talking about it. And you mentioned the fact that there wasn't a spine, and that shows that, it works in the world of the movie. You don't question it.
Mm-hmm. The suspension of disbelief. Because, what's nice when you introduce a magic angle? It's that you can sort of roll with whatever happens next. Like, oh, well, she couldn't stand because she doesn't have a spine. Well, she just became immortal because of a potion. So I think there's a yada yada system that does that for her.
And then, Meryl Streep's walking around with a dislocated neck.
Oh, man, when she pulls that neck up, that looks so cool. It still holds up today. In 92,
yeah.
ILM crushed it. They must have been sweating a lot pulling that off. Oh, man, when she stretches that head. And then I love her acting. I love watching Oscar winner Meryl Streep with her head down keep pulling it back up. Just being cheeky in her arguments with Goldie Hawn. That just makes me so happy. I love that scene. It's just so many committed people. And I think you're right, too. Bruce Willis really does act in this movie. I'm not saying he doesn't act later on, but this is a full-on manic Nicolas Cage-esque performance where he's just screaming, running, depressed, crying. He hit another level in this movie that you don't see much anymore.
Yeah, it's very much I think the last time I kind of saw this from Willis is probably 12 Monkeys.
12. Oh, he was so good. I thought he was really good in Moonrise Kingdom, but I think Wes Anderson utilized his downplaying really well, like M. Night Shyamalan did in Sixth Sense. He seemed to have entered this very quiet phase and Unbreakable of his career, which is a complete 180 from this role.
Yeah, this was very much like a much more energetic, manic role, whereas later roles, at least the good ones, he had that more quiet, kind of reserved, older man Bruce Willis kind of thing going.
Well, yeah, when was his last, what would you say is his last manic performance? I have IMDb right here.
Just trying to think.
I think directors did a really good job utilizing kind of modern Willis. Red, is he crazy in Red? No.
No.
I liked him in Moonlighting. He does so many direct-to-DVD movies. It's kind of tough. Let's see. Not Death Wish. He's very chill in that. Split. David Dunn's just a laid-back guy in that. Red 2, no. Sin City, he's really chill as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on him. I'm just trying to think of Surrogates. That's a bonkers movie. Planet Terror.
Oh, yeah. That was weird.
Live Free or Die Hard, he had a lot of fun in that one. He definitely got loud in that. I love Live Free or Die Hard.
That movie was ridiculous. I enjoyed it. It was silly, and having a New York cop take on an F-35 hand to hand, that was delightfully silly.
Oh, it's and you know what I love about this movie? You think that it would have a bad rating on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, but it has an 82% Rotten Tomato score and 7.1 on IMDb.
See, I didn't mind it. Die Hard 5 was the rubbish one.
Oh, gosh.
That was abysmal. But yeah, the fourth one was all right.
And it made almost $400 million worldwide.
Yeah, that was good.
That's the last of its kind. Not really, I guess it's a franchise, but I guess people it's not really a John McClane movie, though. It's a PG-13 action movie that made $400 million. These days, that doesn't happen much anymore. But he did take a helicopter out with a car, so he's very much of a superhero in this one. And he knows how to fly helicopters.
Well, obviously, every action hero knows how to do everything with every vehicle known to man. You know this. Yeah. We've been through it.
Oh, man, San Andreas. That's why I love True Lies. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger gets into a fighter jet, but at least he runs over a cop car first. He makes a tiny mess of it. Because I think I know how to do this. And then he wrecks some property, and then he flies away.
See, I liked it better in Twins, where he read the manual to teach himself how to drive. That was brilliant.
Well, that one that makes kind of sense, right?
It's he's oh, I'm just teaching myself how to drive. So he just read the manual, and then he was yeah, I believe I operate it like this. Go.
Does Twins hold up?
I like it. I watched it not that long ago. It's still, it's very silly. But Danny DeVito and Arnold have really good chemistry in it. It's quite funny.
And then they went to do Junior, right?
Yeah.
I never watched that. I couldn't do it. I was I just don't want to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant. And I'm totally going off track from Death Becomes Her here.
Yeah, it is. I didn't mind Junior.
Good. I mean, Emma Thompson being cheeky, you can't that's always great.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun in Cruella. I liked her in that. And also, okay.
I haven't seen that.
How about the ending of this movie? It's very bleak. It is a mean ending, I would say. But I like that they go out, the two of them, very unapologetically. So yes, they are immortal corpses that are rotting away, but they're still sassy and laughing in funerals. And I didn't like the way the extras were set inside of the church. They were kind of at that angle so the camera could pan in on them. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I'm not so much into the technical side as you are, but it makes sense though. They want, to show the stars, and that's the extras.
I mean, I love it though. I think it's pretty cool how they they're still sassy at the end. They're still angry at the end. They just don't care. And I like that about them. That they just, I don't know, they're unapologetic till the end. And I dig that about them. That they're just arguing all the time. They lost a can of spray paint, which makes me happy. And I like Goldie's walk when they're walking out of the church. They're just falling apart. And then they just break apart like a store mannequin. So they've just lost all their blood then, right? They're just become, what are they now? Because there's no blood.
They're a shambling skin bag.
A shambling skin bag? I like that.
Didn't they just kind of turn to dust, almost? Just kind of shattered and broke.
And then, so their heads now, like they're not going to die. So then they
like,
just
what's going to happen when somebody like comes out of the church and just finds these two like decapitated heads just sitting on the sidewalk?
Are they just going to put them in trash bags? No, they're going to keep talking, right?
I think they should go Futurama style. Put them in a jar, start a museum.
Oh, Kang.
And then go hunting the rest of the celebrities. Put all their heads in jars as well. That's how the Futurama Head Museum got started.
Really? Whoa. All right. Well, that leads to that. We've come up with two things here because they're gonna need assistance. So they're not gonna play dead, are they?
No. Well, what good would that do them?
Yeah, exactly. So would they turn on Rossellini? Okay. If they turn on Rossellini and people go there to investigate her, she's probably moved by now.
Yeah.
Wait, that's how the tax movie could start.
I reckon she will have ostracized them for failing or for being just really awful people.
Yeah, no, they'll tell the cops will go, they'll find nothing. And then an investigative reporter, played by Anne Hathaway, will begin to look into her, and she'll realize, I can't break into her house, she's too powerful, so I gotta trace the taxes.
Yeah, and then she'll start like pulling at threads, and then she'll find shell companies, and then go knocking on Elvis's door, played by Kurt Russell.
Whoa, that would be amazing. This movie needs to happen. Death and taxes. And also this movie, I think it features one of the better shovel gags I've seen in a very long time. Just the shovel. Okay, cinematic shovel fights between Oscar winners is a very rare thing.
Yeah, I had a look for some other movies featuring a shovel, and it's quite a short list.
So we're not going to do our shovel draft?
Well, it'll be tough. There were a couple I was thinking of, but they don't exactly involve shovel fights per se, but there are definitely shovels involved.
Some movies featuring shovels draft?
Yeah.
What do you think? We could do it. There's some good ones in here. I'm for it if you are.
Let's give it a go.
All right, cool.
All right, let's give it a go.
I'll go first just to give you some time. I'll take Drag Me to Hell.
Okay.
Where she digs the gigantic hole. So I'll do that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh. Well, I'm lost.
They're digging up the the ark.
Oh wow. Well, I got to take Evil Dead then.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I guess, there's one in Evil Dead. Is there one in Evil Dead 2?
I'm not sure. Was there one in Shaun of the Dead? Did they have a shovel at one point?
It's a great question. I'm looking through a gigantic list right now, and I don't see that. But if you type it in, Shaun of the Dead, shovel.
It might work.
It might work? Well, okay.
Let's see.
There's a lot of movies with shovels. This is a big list. Hot Shots Part 2, War. It's fantastic.
Yes, there is a shovel. I have a gif of Nick Frost holding a shovel.
Oh, you're right. I know what you're talking about.
In the beginning.
Yep. Man, so you have Raiders of the Lost Ark and Shaun of the Dead. I am in trouble.
Yeah, it's not really a fair contest at this point, is it?
Okay, so I need to figure something out here. Okay, I can do it. I have Drag Me to Hell and Evil Dead 2. So I need to pick something really strong. Groundhog Day. There's a shovel in that. I'll take Groundhog Day.
Nice.
People love that movie.
It is a great movie.
All right.
Let me think.
I need to find out just a whopper.
Tough one.
Oh yeah, there's Shaun of the Dead right here. Duh. I was thinking cricket bat.
Yeah, so one of them had a cricket bat, but yeah, the other one had a shovel. Blazing Saddles, is there a shovel involved there?
Do they dig?
I'm not sure.
I've lost, so you can take whatever you want.
Well, Scary Movie 3, I see a scene involving shovels there.
You gonna take Scary Movie 3?
Was there a shovel in Home Alone?
There was.
I'll go Home Alone.
Oh, jeez, man, you're going for the throat. All right.
Full on ringers.
Well, I'm just going to have some fun then. I'm going to take Sorcerer, the 1977 film that I love. I'm taking Sorcerer. All right. Sorcerer. I'm going to type in shovel kills in movies.
Yeah, there must be some, like, horror movies.
Well, My Bloody Valentine 3D has a shovel right through the mouth.
Here we go. Cabin Fever.
All right. You going to add that one?
I'll do Cabin Fever. Yeah. I like that movie. I thought it was quite good.
Oh, it's wonderfully nasty.
Yeah.
All right, Cabin Fever. And I get the last one. I wish somewhere in Jaws in the background they were doing that.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Let's see. Oh man. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna have some fun, and I will take. Let's see. What's a good shovel kill? I'll do Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. There's a great shovel gag in that.
Nice.
Which I love that movie, so I might as well promote it. Oh wait, I'm gonna take 13th Warrior because there's a great shovel gag in that one. Remember when he flings mud on the guy? That's what I'm taking.
Oh yeah.
It's not really a shovel, but it's the same instrument, so I'm taking that.
Does anyone shovel manure in Back to the Future? I can finish this out with a ridiculous movie.
For me to get a 0%? Oh well.
For you to get a 0?
There is manure.
There is manure. I can't think of any shovels though.
Yeah. No, I don't think I have any. I see any. Well, did you type in Back to the Future shovel?
Let's see.
You just took Cabin in Fever though. That's man. If you take that Pulp Fiction, are there any shovels in Jurassic Park? I'd be done.
I don't see any shovels in Back to the Future.
I'm safe. We're preventing a 0% win here for you.
Yeah, it's no, I'll go Day of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
There's like a shovel killing in that, I believe.
Oh, everyone loves Day of the Dead. So you have Raiders of the Lost Ark, Shaun of the Dead, Cabin Fever, Day of the Dead, and what was your other one? Oh man, it was so I have Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead, Groundhog Day, Sorcerer, 13th Warrior. I thought I had it written down. You had a really strong one. It was like a super ringer.
Shaun of the Dead. What was it?
We'll think about
it.
Oh gosh.
With the snow shovel from the next door neighbor.
Oh yeah, that's a classic bonk. That's a worthy addition right there. I like that one.
Yeah.
Good job on that one, man. That's fun. So I have Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead, Groundhog Day, Sorcerer, 13th Warrior. You have Raiders of the Lost Ark, Shaun of the Dead, Cabin Fever, Day of the Dead, and Home Alone. This is going to be an 85 to 15% result, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty unevenly matched, I think.
Well, once you picked Raiders, it was all over. Yeah, no chance whatsoever. But I'm proud of my team. I'm proud. I'm very happy. I'm happy I picked Drag Me to Hell first because I love that movie and I had to rep it. It's my favorite horror movie, so I'll take that. So, any final thoughts about Death Becomes Her before we get out of here?
Not really. I would love to see the sequels that we came up with. I think that would be quite interesting.
Death and Taxes, starring Anne Hathaway, and the heads of Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Oh man, we need it. All right, make it happen, Hollywood. If it happens, we'll take associate producer at Story by Credits. We might get rich, Niall.
Yeah. Hey, I'm in.
All right, well,
then we can go visit Isabella Rossellini and live forever.
Would you take that potion?
Nah.
No. There's too mmany variables.
Yeah, it's, there's no warning label, right? You don't know what you're taking.
Yeah, exactly. And she doesn't really pitch you on it either. Because, yeah, it's true. Like, let's say James Dean's driving. Well, I don't want to get to that. But, like, Elvis somehow has a piano land on him. He'll still be alive, but just completely broken.
Yeah.
He'll just go insane. Yeah, and then you got to go in hiding. And you got to change your name to Shelvis.
Yeah, you can't kill yourself. You're just like this broken down, shambling skin bag. Was it?
Yeah, shambling skin bag. who just becomes powder.
Yeah.
Wait, if you haven't died though, so it looks like Marilyn Monroe's still in great shape. If she pricks her finger, there's still blood there, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
But if she somehow dies, she's still alive, then she becomes a rambling skin bag. Skin bag.
Yeah, I would think so. At least in my head, that's how it works.
And the Niall canon, the Niall head canon.
Yeah, exactly.
We've covered some eclectic movies. Back to the Future, The Rock,
Last Action Hero.
Last Action Hero. Oh man, well, you know what though? We've covered some fun 90s, late 80s, 90s. I dig it.
Yeah, and I think that's when I stopped watching movies, basically. From the year 2000 on. I have, probably from 2010 on. I haven't watched many in the last decade, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, why? There's so many classics. Just watch them again.
Actually, I do.
That's right. All right, well, thank you for joining me, man.
Yeah, good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Niall Moore, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.